everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend reading vlog. I wanted to pop in because it is officially Thursday night. I do have to work tomorrow, so it's not technically the weekend yet, but I also feel cute in this dress today, so I felt the need to say hi and start this vlog. So things are doing good, things are great. What am I gonna do this weekend? I'm not really even that sure, to be honest with you. I think Saturday I might be going to my friend's house to play board games, which could be a super fun time. But other than that, lights on. I don't really know. I did get book mail. I got officially the 5th hardcover with the proper dust jacket that actually matches my dust jackets that I wanted. So I'm gonna keep this one for these dust jackets. And then I also got a paperback of Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch, because I made an order of middle grades that I want to read and see if I can find a good comp for Project Dream, because I realized that I don't actually read enough middle grades to really know what's in the market right now. So I gotta do the reading. I gotta do the research. So that's what I'm gonna do. The books that I'm hoping to be reading and focusing on this weekend are as follows. Of course, I got Eye of the World and The Road Trip, which I've been working through for a while. And then I have Realmbreaker. This baby probably is going to be finished soon. Like, it's probably going to be the one that I'm going to finish soon. And then I do want to start the 4th Trials of Apollo book for my other video. I also really want to read Eye of the World. I've got the hankering for it again. Been watching too much Daniel Green because I low-key have a big ass crush on that guy, and it's a good time. I just keep watching his videos about Wheel of Time and I get really hyped about it because he gets really hyped about it, so I'm gonna read it because I want to, and it's actually pretty good so far, so I'm excited to see where this series goes. But it's the start of a weekend, my friends. So tonight, Critical Role Exandria United is on, so I think that's within in an hour from now. So I think right now I'm going to just hang out. I'm gonna get my pajamas on, get cozy, and then I'm gonna watch Exandria United. So that's going to be my evening, and I will catch you guys probably later or tomorrow. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm here popping in with just a little bit of an update. I don't actually have anything concrete to update you guys on. I haven't done any reading. I just kind of been in a little bit of a chatty mood. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's Friday. So that means once I'm off the clock, or once I finish what I'm doing for the day, which is probably going to be in a few hours because I've been procrastinating, but like what's new? I'm going to hopefully do some reading. I don't know exactly what I want to focus on today. Possibly Realmbreaker, possibly Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World. Also briefly started a novella today when I was doing a little bit of work that didn't require me to read words. It was just more admin and stuff like that. I started The Black God's Drums by P. Jelly Clark, and the voice of the narrator is very good, so I think I might also finish that, or because it's not that long, it probably take me an hour and a half to get through the audiobook. Things are up in the air. This morning I also started exploring the query writing process, and I previously have gone through briefly, I think it was Query Tracker, the website Query Tracker, and I was looking up different agents and seeing what would fit and writing basically a master list of possibilities to research into further. And I have also looked up how to write a query, because why not? And I've taken notes on that. But today specifically I was looking at Alexa Dunn's videos. I don't know if you guys know her from on YouTube. She's an author, a YA author who also does a lot of AuthorTube type content, and I was watching her videos on querying and stuff, so I was taking notes and getting into the groove of it all, and it's scary because I've never been in this situation where I'm possibly going to be querying very soon, but it's nice to know. It's nice to know. And I think I'm also getting the flavor of I want to go back into Project Dream now that I've taken about a week break or more. I don't actually know how many days it's been since I've taken a break of writing, but I want to go back in and see if I can start doing a little bit more of a word count diminishing edit, because you guys know I ended it at 85,000 words, and actually through my read through I ended up bringing it down to about 81k, but that wasn't just cutting words. I ended up actually removing a few elements from it, so it brought down the words. But I think if I go through and really just pay attention to the prose, I think I can get it down, because I'm really good at cutting words in work. I've always been really good at that since I was writing essays in school. I'm such an overwriter, so writing essays in university I would overwrite by like hundreds of words and then have to cut upwards of 500, 600 words from my essays, which was so easy to me because I could just reword sentences and like squish sentences together and just make sure my arguments were super tight and concise. So like I'm good at making things concise, which is also why I'm an editor. Like I'm good at what I do. I want to go back through and start editing. Even though I don't have any feedback from people yet, I want to start editing so that I can kind of be on top of things as I go into this. But yeah, I also ended up sending my book off to another friend this morning, or like 20 minutes ago. I was talking in the group chat and she brought it up, and I guess she missed our conversation that we had previously where I was like, anyone want to read it? Which is fine because like group chats are chaos places to be. So I sent it off to her and it was so nice because she immediately was like, I just read the first line and I'm sitting here like, and she sent me a Voldemort meme, which made me happy. So I'm excited. It's interesting because none of my friends read middle grade, so it's gonna be interesting to get their point of view on it. And I'm like literally all my friends, I'm like, I don't just read it for the vibes. I just want people to meet my hooligans. And if there's anything blatantly terrible about it, tell me. And then of course, like my friend SJ, I've asked her to be a little bit more specific about like if there's any spots that drag. That's really the only thing I'm looking for is pacing, making sure it's like keeping the reader engaged and there's no like long drawn out spots that are confusing or drag. That's the main thing, because as an author myself, I know what's supposed to happen, so like I don't catch if it actually translates. So that'll be nice. And I'm excited to see what Kat thinks because, as I said before, she has previously read my book. She knows the story, so it's going to be interesting to see what she thinks of the edits that I've made. That's kind of the vibe of today for my friends. It's Friday. I should go get back to work because I got a bit of stuff to do before I can call it for the day. I'll catch you guys later. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Saturday. I'm popping in to say hi. I have no reading news at all. I am just coming downstairs to do my hair, but I have not read a single page of an actual book yet this weekend. And, well, I can tell you that it kind of sucks, but also my like brain doesn't want to focus on reading, which is interesting because it will focus on writing very easily. Because yesterday I ended up doing a whole bunch of like agent research. I have started compiling my agent list, I guess you could say, which is very exciting. And then after that I was like, because in my agent research I was mainly looking for like if the agent was a good fit, and I was also like writing down their submission guidelines and stuff, and most of them said that they want the first 10 pages of your manuscript as like, you know, a sample of your writing. A few of them said first 25, and one or two actually said first 3 chapters. So I was like, well, I might as well get the first 3 chapters like really polished. I'm gonna print off the first 3 chapters and I'm going to go through it and edit it again by hand. So I did that. And I got through the first chapter last night, and this morning, have been implementing those edits. Well, let me tell you guys, I looked at that page afterwards and was like, wow, so many edits. I'll show you, but yeah, edits galore, which I guess is good. Just brings to mind like a question of like, how much is too much editing? Obviously, I have not actually done a full legitimate polish yet. I printed them off in like this kind of a format, which made the writing really small, but it left me a lot of margins to write on, which is good. But yeah, this is the first page of edits. And you can't really tell, but a lot of them are done in like pencil in the lines, and then of course yield second page. But that's kind of what I've been doing. So right now I'm gonna dive into chapter 2, I think is what I'm gonna do, and see if I can polish it. I think my parents are home, so I'm gonna go, but I will catch you guys later. Happy Sunday! We are in a new little corner of my library because the light is just bright enough that it doesn't look super grainy. But I just wanted to pop in. Hello, it's Sunday. What a lovely day. I totally forgot this weekend was also a long weekend, which pretty great. Means tomorrow I don't have to work. Exciting things are happening tomorrow that I don't really want to talk about until things are in motion, but I also have reading news. Today I finished 2 books. I finished the novella for The Black God's Drums, which was really good. I don't know what B.J. Clark does, but their writing is so good, and I highly recommend their novellas. This is just getting me more and more hyped to read their full novel. I think that one specifically doesn't follow anything in this world, but this world is so good and it's so lush, and you get so much character and packed up storyline in this, and it's a baby little narrative, and it's so masterful, so good. Highly recommend. And I finished Realmbreaker. And oh my god, I am so in love with this book. You guys have no idea. It is going to be a new favorite series of mine, 1000%. And I'm really mad that I don't have the next one. Nobody has the next one because she's still writing it, but like, and I annotated it. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but I annotated it all the way throughout. But I think my favorite annotation, let me show you, is this page, because this is the spindle blade that is on the cover. And I decided as soon as it showed up in the narrative properly and we had a description of it, I drew the sword hilt. Because why not? But yes, I love this book. It was so good. I'm in love with all the characters. I love the narrative that I can see Victoria Aveyard is weaving. It's very good, and I love it a lot. And this is one of my favorite reads of the year. Guaranteed. I am gonna throw it through Copile probably tomorrow, but I feel like this is either a 4.5 or a 5-star. Like, it's a new favorite of mine. Most definitely. If you guys are nervous to read this because you didn't like Red Queen, I highly suggest you pick this up because this is totally like a 180 from Red Queen. Red Queen is typical old school 2000s YA. This is Lord of the Rings-esque fantasy. So you have the big world, you have the political machinations, you have all these things turning in this giant storyline, and you have the companions who are trying to, you know, stop the world from splitting open, and then you have the queen who is also putting her own political machinations into play, and you have this immortal guy and his sister's off trying to do other stuff. You have so much happening in this world, and it's just all slowly rotating, and I love fantasy like this so much. This is my favorite kind of fantasy, and I'm stating it here now. This is my favorite kind of fantasy, and I love it so much. Anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna end up reading next. I think, because I still have the road trip and the Eye of the World on the go, and I also have the Trials of Apollo books that I should be finishing and wrapping up. But I have the evening to myself because my parents are going out. And yesterday, oh, I should update you of yesterday. Yesterday was so much fun. I ended up going to my friend's place and we played board games, card games, more like, but like same thing. We played different games. And it was so much fun. And we all realized when we were sitting there that the 5 of us, it was my friend, her roommate, her roommate's boyfriend, and a friend of theirs, and me. The last time we were all in the same room together, just the 5 of us, it was March 2020. We had a Witcher marathon during the day. We watched all of it, and then we played board games, and then 3 of us went to a board game cafe in our city, and on the way there I got the call from my studio that we were closing because of COVID. It's like a perfect bookend. So weird. Anyways, I should go. I'm gonna go see what I'm gonna end up doing for the rest of the evening because, as I said, I'm alone, so who knows what I'll end up reading, but I'll catch up with you guys later. my lovely friends. It is now Sunday night. It is after 10, as you can see. Almost 11, in fact. I had to read that. I can't read it backwards because I'm incapable. But I wanted to pop in with a little update because for the past little bit, since about 8:30, I've been reading a different book and doing a little bit of fun challenge with it. So let me explain. My friend SJ picked Pride and Premeditation for our book club pick for the month of, I don't know, July, August, and because we're reading like halfway through August to talk about it. And I'm excited about this because it is Pride and Prejudice themed, and I didn't decide, my friends decided that we were gonna do a fun little spicy challenge because all of us watch too many TikToks, and book talk is all the rage right now with that, like, how many pages can I read in an hour challenge. So, and I've been like meaning to do it because I'm very curious as to how my reading speed changes from something like this to something like this, the eye of the world, when I'm not using an audiobook, because you guys know recently I've just been listening to audiobooks like basically exclusively and not reading anything with my eyes alone. So I thought it would be an interesting challenge for me to do that, to see if I'm even capable of reading with my eyes anymore. Sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like I can only consume stories via audiobook, which is so terrible because it makes me feel like I've completely lost the ability to read and comprehend stuff with my eyes alone. I have to be told the story, but it's not true. That's just a stupid fear of mine. But yeah, so I did this challenge today and I ended up reading 100 pages. But yeah, if you want to go see my TikTok, it's on my TikTok feed. My link is down below if you care to join my TikTok, because I am now trying to be more active on TikTok. So content everywhere, my friends. But yeah, I'm enjoying this as well. It is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, if you couldn't tell, where Lizzie and Darcy are both like young adults and they're wanting to be law professionals. And it's set in a similar time period as the actual Pride and Prejudice, which I find really interesting. And there's a murder, and Bingley, our lovely, gentle golden retriever man Bingley, is the one who's accused of the murder, which I think is really spicy and interesting. So I'm enjoying it, and I love the dynamics that we're getting in this already. Like, it feels to me like pretty solidly, you know, on par with the dynamics that are introduced in Pride and Prejudice. I found it really flinging funny. There was one line that I just started cackling at because, you know, we love Mrs. Bennet and her just idiosyncrasies. And okay, where does she say it? Oh yes, the immediate moment when Mr. Bingley is introduced at the dining room table, Miss Bennet is like, "Oh, is he a good prospect for Jane?" And then Mr. Bennet's like, he's kind of in prison for murder." And Mrs. Bennet goes, "If only he weren't in prison." He would have been a perfect match for our Jane. If only he weren't fucking accused of murder. I thought it was funny and like pretty on par with Miss Bennet. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the past little bit. I've been reading Pride and Premeditation. And I know the audiobook is on Scribd, so I think I'm going to pick that up now and like listen to it for the next little bit. I'm also going to make myself a bowl of cereal because, yes, not just Fruit Loops, but like I'm feeling like a child. So we're going with Cheerios and Fruit Loops. And that's going to be the rest of my evening, I think. I mean, it's been a good day. Finished Realmbreaker, finished Black God's Drum, and we're already 100 pages into Pride and Premeditation. What a good time. I'll catch up with you guys later. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Monday. How are you guys? I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I am in my office, as you can see. I know I'm not supposed to be working today. I'm not working today. I am going to be doing a little bit of work, though, on my critique partner's manuscript, because I meant to do that this weekend and didn't. So I'm going to see if I can get through a few more chapters because he has about 279 pages of content for me to go through, and I'm currently on page 24. So if I can get to like page 50 today, I think that'd be pretty good. Even further if I can. If I get really into the story, might as well. But I like to do things in big chunks to like really consume it and get the feel for things. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna be here for. I didn't really read any more of Pride and Premeditation last night because my parents came home and then they were up until like 1 in the morning and I couldn't fall asleep because my brain was just going like a mile a minute. So I was like, well, guess I'm gonna have a really terrible night's sleep, and didn't end up reading any more Pride and Premeditation, but I do plan on doing so today. I also want to read a little bit of The Eye of the World today, so I think that's what I'm gonna do as well, because it is a day off. It's the holiday, long weekend, August long, so I can do what the hell I want, and I'm excited about it. So first, manuscript. Friends, happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're thriving. I'm coming in to officially end this video. I was trying to wait a little longer because I expected a book delivery today, book mail delivery, but apparently, even though it says out for delivery on the truck, it never arrived to my mailbox. So who knows when that's gonna arrive. Canada Post fucking sucks. Let's be real. I wish they had sent that one on Purelator, because Purelator is quick, efficient, and I love my Purelator man. He comes to my door all the time and he just gives me books all the time. But hi, hello. We're popping in to officially end this vlog. It has been a long weekend, but that long weekend is over and I'm looking ahead at a very busy week. So things are exciting, things are happening. Busy week, busy work week, you know, first week of August, everything kind of kicks up again. But this weekend, what did I do? I finished 2 books officially. I finished The Black God's Drums by P. Jelly Clark, and this was so flinging good. This is a novella masterpiece, in my opinion. I haven't read many novellas in my life, but of the ones that I have read, I think this one's probably one of my favorites. This one and To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers, both just masterpieces of storytelling in a tiny, tiny form. I don't know how people do this. I don't know how people write such incredible stories that's packed with so much life and character in such a tiny little form like this. I ended up giving this one 4.5 stars. It was very, very good, and I highly, highly recommend. It is about Creeper, who is this girl who's like an orphan and homeless, and she overhears a conversation and basically tries to sell that for a position on an airship to get out of there with like a woman she absolutely idolizes, a Captain Anne-Marie, like her smuggler ship basically. So it's like an alternate reality set in New Orleans back in like the 1800s, but they have airships and they got like gods and stuff, and it's really cool. I'm like, that's like as much as I'll tell you, because it's a novella. There's not a lot of story, but there's a lot of story, you know, and so you don't want to be spoiled for like what happens. It's very good, very lush. The world is so delicious and vibrant, and it's like right around Mardi Gras, so it's like a good time. And I also finished Realmbreaker, which is a new favorite book of mine, and I gave this one 5 stars. I ran it through Cop-Out. 5 stars, easily. Oh, it's so good, you guys. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed, and I love it so much, and I cannot wait to see what Victoria Aveyard does with this trilogy. I cannot wait. The characters are just so fun and so real and fleshed out and delicious to read, and their banter is fantastic between each other, and Andry, I would die for him. He is the sweetest, most honorable little cinnamon roll ever. I love him so much. And Dom, he is fine, and I consistently forgot that he has like a beard and he's like 6.5 feet tall and like a barbarian style person, like, you know, like a barbarian in like D&D, like big buff, and like takes 7 regular men to like hold him down. Oh, and him and Andry's relationship in this, there's one scene in here that just breaks my heart. It is so masterful. I love this book so friggin' much. And Coraine, our main character, like, she's great, but she's like 17 and pretty naive, but it's really cool to see the world through her eyes in certain perspectives. I say Coraine's the main character, but I know that Victoria Aveyard has made it pretty clear that there are like multiple main characters, i.e. Dom and Andry and Coraine and Sarasa and even the Queen. I believe she's one of the ones. But we have multiple POVs in this, and it's just delicious. I cannot wait to reread this to see what like more I can pick up from it. It's so good. Everybody read it. And then I started Pride and Premeditation this week as well, totally on a whim. I did a little bit of a reading challenge. I did that like how many pages could I read in an hour challenge, and I read 100 pages, which is really fun. I am now on page 118 because after I finished reading this for that challenge, I didn't really get any further. So, you know. Wow, there are like 4 flies in my library. Where did they come from? We're gonna just ignore the fact that there's so many flies in this room. Oh, I just got full body shivers. I hate that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.